Hey guys, welcome back. It's time, the 10K Q&A. A little bit late, but I know I've been a little bit busy recently, a little bit busier than usual. Here with Gary again. Every time we add a 0 onto the sub count, Gary comes back. So he's going to be asking me the questions. I think most of them were pretty appropriate this time, rather than last time where it was more hate messages. But tried to funnel off or like filter off a couple of the duplicates. So hopefully not too much repeating myself in this one. Thanks for coming on, Gary. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Mike. It's great to, come on with you. I always enjoy, our interaction. And I'll tell you, the thing with the questions, we were kind of lined up for 10,000, but you grew too fast.
Yeah, it exploded a little bit there with the.
So we blew right by it, and I know we were hoping to do this Q&A because I thought you would probably get a few questions. People want to know a little bit something about the hobby and you, but I didn't know there was going to be, dozens and dozens and dozens of questions.
There's quite a few.
People really want to know about you.
Yeah, they had some questions. Hopefully we'll give them some answers. I feel like a lot of the answers are hidden amongst my 8 billion videos. But we'll gather them all in one spot here. It'll be a nice little recap maybe. And
I know a lot about that because I even replay your crapper videos, so yeah, I know all about your videos there.
Yeah, maybe we'll get into the reason when I think there's a question or two about that. We'll get into
this. I can't wait to hear. And kind of appropriately, our first question is from the crappy killer.
Yeah, fair enough. You attract crappers.
So let's start with this, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, my question would be, and in this case, my question is, how do you really feel about your recent jump from 2,000 to 11,000 subs on YouTube? You have gained much respect in the past few months.
So I was very much used to being able to answer every question, short of questions that I'm just not going to answer because they're either inappropriate or fishing for something. But it got to the point I can't answer everything anymore. It's unfortunate because I love to talk with everyone. So basically now it's condensed down to the Discord. I try to get back to everyone on Instagram and the like, but a lot of requests for things that I just don't have time for, unfortunately, asking about selling things and other stuff like that. But hopefully I can make enough informational videos that everyone kind of learns that stuff from those, or I can at least link them to it.
You're pretty pleased going from 2,000 to 11,000 so fast.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
That must feel awfully good. You certainly deserve it. If I can commentate, if I can throw that in, so you must feel good about it anyway.
Yeah, it feels good, and it's nice. The Discord is awesome now. I think there's only one person that was ever really terrible to others in there. But other than that, Everyone's getting along great, meeting new people. Everyone's excited. I wish I could have been at the Leonhart pop-up shop, but I can't travel at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So looking forward to events like that, meeting people, working with other people on videos and stuff like that. But trying to manage my time now has been near impossible. So it's playing a little catch up, but hopefully get everything back on track to where it needs to be.
Well, I'm hoping that I'm going to see you at some of the Collecticons this year. And I know it's quite a hike for you to get to those. But, they're just so much fun. It just shows the health of our hobbies. And we just have a blast. And we had a good time when you visited out here to Las Vegas. And we'd have a great time at those Collecticons. So I hope that materializes. I know you're north of the border, so it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. But, and travel sucks right now, but especially cross border. But I know especially Worlds would be a blast. And there's a ton of people especially from E4, that I haven't met in person that I'd love to. It'd be really fun.
Right. Yeah, well, Daniel Romero says, did you watch Leonhart's pop-up shop live stream? Were you featured in a way? Ha. Keep it up, Rattle.
So, yeah, that was a basic trainer decided that he was going to. I think it was him that created the meme. And not only did he put me on his sweatshirt, but also he pulled the Charizard, which I think couldn't be any more of an honor. So I think we even made him into a Discord emoji with him showing off the sweatshirt. And yeah, couldn't be more of a... I had a good laugh at that. Extremely.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I had like 10 people send it to me, and they're like, oh my God, did you see? I didn't see it live, but I did hear about it, and I could go back and watch it. And then I actually uploaded the clip as well, just so I could have it saved and refer back to it.
Right.
Very funny.
Justin Blake says, I was curious if Logan Paul ever reached out to thank you or send his regards. I honestly don't know if he would have opened it right off if not for your videos.
He did, and he did thank me personally in a message. And I really appreciate the fact that the recognition that I got in the podcast from him, mentioning my name when they were talking about it, the group of them. And that's about it. He did. Yeah. There's some other stuff, but maybe we'll save that for later. But he was grateful, and I think I played a pretty big role in the reason that the box got opened, which is for the best. It sucks that it's not real, but at the same time, it's good that it didn't drag on, and hopefully everything can be resolved as easy as possible.
Later on in this interview, I actually got a text from Logan wanting me to ask you a question. So later on in this interview, I'm going to ask you Logan's question to you. But for now, let's go with Alex PSX. Is the box arc finished, or will you cover the troubles after the openings?
So I get asked this a lot because the videos were pretty frequent as I was doing research leading up to, okay, it's fake. But at this point, there's going to be updates. There's still a lot of information that we're missing. And there's still a lot of things that need to go through legal process and everything else. So the updates are going to be slow, but there will be updates, and I'll make sure to cover all of that when it happens.
Great. Never Cold says, oh, this is a long question. I'm really glad I found your channel, Rattle. You provide great content and are really generous when it comes to sharing the knowledge you gain from your years of collecting. I guess I'm curious to know how the channel blowing up has affected you. Is it overwhelming? In other words, is it too much sometimes? Sometimes you can roll with, since I guess it's kind of is the goal here on YouTube. Also, this deals with money, so you don't have to answer, but has your YouTube revenue increased a lot? Help pay for your addiction. Haha.
Every little bit helps for the Pokemon addiction, especially with the amount of product that I've been opening.
Yeah.
Not a cost-effective thing to do. And I have people ask me that all the time. They're just like, hey, what pack should I open if I want to make money? The answer is none. Don't answer. don't open anything. Right. If you don't enjoy opening the packs, definitely don't open packs. I mean, there's the odds. The expected value of a pack is going to be less than the pack.
Yeah. Has it been overwhelming for you in any way?
It was at one point in time. I think I'm like kind of catching up to it. I think any amount of growth that's that substantial over such a short period of time will kind of definitely catch you off guard. As it was slowly building anyway, and I was able to adjust to that. But yeah, just a flood of messages and stuff like that I couldn't answer, and so many comments that I can't get to the bottom of them. It would just take way too much time.
Sure.
So now I try to at least answer or look through comments at the start when I upload videos and stuff like that. And there was a lot. Right. a premiere on YouTube that was really fun. So then as people are watching it as it premieres, I can read the comments, and kind of a good way to interact with people that way. So it was just like fluke. I was like, oh yes, try it out. And it ended up being pretty fun.
For sure. Sean B., are you buying during this downslope or just keeping your eye on it? If you are buying, what is your targeted cards?
So like, I guess the recent downslope that they're talking about, I think there's still a lot of stuff that will retrace. I don't like to predict the future too much. And I don't want anyone to follow my word only. Make your own decisions. But with the recent spikes, I figured there was going to be some sort of retrace, at least come back down, maybe not go all the way back down to where it was. But I've kind of stepped off of the vintage stuff that I need. And it looks like it's kind of paying off, at least for the time being. So you can never predict the future. Your best guess, and if you keep at it long enough, your collection is going to grow anyway. But
true. Yeah, look what happened to me.
Yeah. But don't pay more than MSRP for standard or modern product like Sword and Shield sets. No. It's in standard rotation. Risk of reprints. If your Vivid Voltage box goes to 500, they're probably going to print more.
Yeah, if it's not on the shelf today, it'll be tomorrow. That's basically a good rule of thumb. Okay, let's go deluxe. When and what was the first Pokemon pack you ever opened? Love the content, by the way. Your first Pokemon pack.
So it would have been base set, unlimited, and they were even hard to come by. I remember back when Pokemon first came out, we didn't have anything in the form of, I don't think we had any shadowless, or maybe I just didn't notice.
Right.
We definitely didn't have any first edition up here. I think it was even certain locations in the States where it was concentrated. But it would have been base unlimited, and I'm pretty sure I got a trainer rare. I can't remember which one. I can't remember exactly what was in my first pack. I do remember one of my best friends, or my best friend when I was growing up. He wasn't even that into Pokemon, but he had 2 base set packs, the only 2 packs I think he ever bought. And he got a Zapdos and a Venusaur out of them, and I was so jealous.
He was the hero of the playground.
Just double hollow, never again. Oh. I think I ended up trading him something that was non-Pokemon related for them, but...
Okay, Josh Lee R. Rodriguez Marrero. If Vaporeon can handle a human meat, is possible my waifu Sylveon can too. Wish you the best for your channel.
So we can't answer that.
Nope.
Also, Eeveelutions should not be your waifu. Vaporeon is built for Pokemon battles only.
There you go. Aaron Scott. What are your goals with the channel? Any chances going live and doing a random hangout? Open packs. Also, another question. What is your favorite Pokemon toilet paper?
So the live thing or the hangout, we've discussed this a little bit. I'll probably I need to find a best time for it, but maybe like once a week, go in like the Discord, voice or video chat, and hang out with everyone. Just good way to chat with some people, voice chat with some people. Also, probably get into, now that there's been a few people requesting it, with the Omegle stuff, maybe give a heads up when I'm going to be on Omegle, and then people can kind of search or roll to see if they can find me to open a pack.
Oh, okay.
Kind of interesting. It would probably make for less disturbing content, but it could be a fun little experiment regardless. But yeah, I think probably, I don't know if Saturday would be a good day to do it, even just like certain hour on Saturdays. Do like a Discord hangout voice call.
People have to realize you're 4 hours later than the West Coast. So initially I wanted to do this at 10 o'clock my time, but that would have been 2 o'clock 2 a.m. your time. So yeah, you got to find a good middle ground there. And let's see. Okay, Shah Mahi Udin. Ever since all these fake cards have been growing online, I am skeptical to buy any booster boxes or non-graded cards. In fact, now even graded cards have fakes in them. So can you list the top strategies to check if a seller is legitimate? Any questions that can be asked to them to gauge if they're selling real or fake? Thanks.
I mean, in terms of if someone is handling large volumes, they might end up with a fake card mixed in anyway. The large majority of fakes are very easy to tell that they're fake. I think the microscope videos highlight that pretty well.
Yeah.
If you've handled a lot of cards, you can clearly see. But even then, there's the odd case that, pun not intended, that a card gets graded and it's fake. But there's no reason that you can't still check the card. I think I've highlighted in some videos multiple times, especially with the fake Vivid Voltage booster box.
Yeah.
You can buy a $3 or $4 jeweler's loop, and if you check points on the card, you can tell pretty easily that it's fake or not, even if it's in a case. If it's expensive, if you're worried about it, give it a look yourself. And
so do your research too.
Mm-hmm. And compare it to a real card that you know is real. The backs on the cards haven't changed. People are afraid of counterfeits, but the thing is, you need the original materials, you need the original files in order to print the exact card without scanning it and leaving blemishes that show up that way. So.
It really is scary. You know, when you watch videos by PokeRev and Rusty at TCA Gaming, and you see, you know, some of the top people in the hobby getting scammed, that's scary for people, no doubt about it. So we understand the concern.
Yeah, boxes are another level in terms of scariness, especially first edition base with the clear wrap. It's right. Yeah, it can be difficult.
Okay, collecting enthusiasm. Congrats on 10K. What's the best community to join to get involved in for new collectors? Also, just a random personal question. What are your favorite toppings on a banana split?
I think that was part of my video where I said I don't ask personal questions like what my favorite.
Yeah, I know, right.
I don't really like banana splits, but okay, I guess if I was gonna go with toppings, maybe like peanuts and chocolate syrup.
Okay, a lot of chocolate.
In terms of best communities, I can't say I've learned more from anywhere than E4 over the years. Yeah. Even if you're new, if you're on there, I mean, there's the odd person that's going to be a jerk and give you a hard time if you ask, like, what should I buy questions. But at the same time, even if you lurk on there and you just read articles, if you're on the Discord and you're just reading stuff on a daily basis, there's a ton that you can learn from these people. They spend, I don't think anyone spends more time on Pokemon than E4. And if there's a specific area, chances are there's an expert on that area. So Pokemon is so big. There's so many different things to collect and everything else that it's hard for anyone to be an expert on all of it. But chances are you're going to find somebody that knows exactly what you want to know. And usually they're very happy to share it with you.
Yeah, just ignore the Debbie Downers and that, and you'll be fine. Yeah, there's a wealth of knowledge on E4. Of course, you and I are on there. I think I have more posts than anybody in the world on there. So I've been... And I know Scott Pratt, who runs it, he's trying to catch me. But and he just might. I've been a little not as often on there recently because of all what I call the talks. Throw out the trash. And so I haven't been on there as much, but I try to get on a little bit. Okay, TKK Collector. Oh, man, I already asked about binders on the Discord. How about the Morning Constitution videos? Are you actively dumping? What? Boy, I have my wrong glass on. What makes Mawile one of your favorite Pokemon?
Okay, so I'm not actually dumping. The first ones, I might as well just tell the whole story about the crappy Pokemon openings. I just wanted to try out the shorts to see what YouTube would do. So I opened some packs. And I was like, okay, what's some stupid way that I can open packs that'll get attention? And so I opened them over the toilet with the lid and whatever. And I was like, okay, I'll flush the toilet if I get a full art or better. It'll be a cool little gimmick or whatever. And
right.
They it's kind of sad, but they did so well that I was like, okay, screw it. I just got to keep doing like there's even one, even when I thought like, okay, so like the Logan Paul video, one of them, when it hit like 50K views or something like that, and it's way above that now. But I was like, man, okay, this is like blowing everything out of the water. But then all of a sudden I look over and I'm like, what? One of the crappy Pokemon videos got like 60,000 views. I was like, are you kidding me? So there's almost like zero ad revenue from it. But for whatever reason, the YouTube Shorts algorithm, if it grabs a hold of one of those videos, it just soars. And I don't know how many subscribers I got from that one that decided it was going to take off.
Wow.
Probably like 200 or something like that. But it's dumb. And I guess that they're trying to promote it, but I wish there was a separate section for it so people didn't have to sift through it to see regular videos. But that's the story. That's why I'm still doing them. I filmed them all at once. No, I'm not actually crapping. I actually because I filmed them all at once and I kind of did it in a hurry because I did so many of them. I had not only boxers around my ankles, but boxers on my person as well.
Yeah, I noticed
just in case
going further and further and further and further. And I'm
the
a little
pack
bit
wrappers on
worried about what's
the pack
coming up.
the pack wrappers on the floor. So someone's like, "Do you do these all at once, or you just leave those down there?" No, it was all at once. Sorry to ruin the immersion, but there was no actual any feces involved.
Yeah, I always take my iPad in. You always take Pokemon cards.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, and what about Mawile?
Mawile being my favorite. There's a Japanese folklore that's really cool. Essentially, this farmer's wife has a mouth on the back of her head, and she's not eating. Like, she doesn't eat, but then all the food disappears. But it's because the back of her head or her hair, she has a mouth in there. So that's what Mawile is based off of. So I thought the story was cool. I just like the Pokemon. I tend to like I don't know, there's something satisfying about having a little cute Pokemon that beats up something bigger and stronger looking. Mm-hmm. That's kind of
I learned something.
Yeah, I forget the actual name of it, which is terrible of me. But
okay, Stefan Kissoon. Do you think Pokemon will outlive us? And if the hobby will, what do you think the financial implications are? Well, it'll definitely outlive me. I'm 67, so... but you think it'll outlive you younger guys?
Well, maybe not, according to my last Omegle video, where the girl that was on there, she said that I looked like I was 23. I don't know if she was just trying to be nice. If I was 23, I might think so. I can't see any reason that Pokemon would ever die. It's just, it's a juggernaut at this point. And not only do you have people that are growing up that experienced and played and collected their whole life, but also they just keep coming out with another generation, another twist on it. And I don't know, it seems unkillable at this point.
When something's big, it has legs. Because I remember maybe, 35 years ago, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was popular. Not as big as Pokemon, but it was big. And, I mean, that's still here today. So, yeah, I mean, if something is good and something, especially they keep producing sets, it will probably go on forever. I really believe that. So, and what about the financial implications? Or...
I mean, at some point, I guess it's just going to be harder and harder to find the older stuff. But then also, it's weird because at a certain point, is there too much to choose from? And then stuff doesn't increase as much? Maybe. I don't know. I think even modern stuff, there's some of the cards that are so hard to pull that I think they have that rarity to have long-term viability or value. Not to mention, I would not want to be collecting reverse like master sets of these like Sword and Shield massive 2-binder sets in 10 years from now. At least trying to find them in good shape.
Right.
It's crazy.
Average car guy. Can we find rare Pokemon cards in stores like Walmart and others?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you to stay away from the clear boxes that say Mystery Plus Ultra Randomizer Supreme.
Uh-huh.
If you want to buy a modern product and just to enjoy it, to open it, good. In terms of value, not the best option. If you're looking for just straight up the best card for the best value, usually when stuff is a generation or two old, it ends up being the cheapest. So right now, with your X and Y and Sun and Moon, the chase cards in there, there's hyper rares that are like 1 per box, and they're less than $10. Like they're pretty close to the price of a booster pack. Like you could open a whole box to try and get one of those, but you can buy one for the price of a pack. It's a weird cycle, and then they'll slowly creep up in value over time, I would imagine, as long as
that's
Pokemon
a good tip.
stays successful. That's in terms of especially if you're collecting sets, that's usually the best way to go. Don't FOMO on the new stuff, especially if it's playable, because then it has extra value associated with that. It rotates out, it drops like crazy. I don't sell any of the cards that I probably should when I pull them and they're playable. I know they're going to drop in value, but it's too late. They're in the binder for keeps.
Yeah. And also, you don't know 10 years from now, I just look what's happened up until now. House of Cards. Did Jacob, also known as Card Kahuna, ever reach out to you following the Logan Paul fake case opening vid?
No, he's pretty quiet at this point in time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
why.
Yeah.
Okay, Raven.
I think I might have sent him a little jab, like a hey, are you still 10,000% sure it's real? But
right,
That's just a little BM that maybe he was asking for.
Yeah, I got that used against me a bit when I said, that I just pray it's real, because I didn't want the drama. Obviously I didn't want anybody to take a hit, but I didn't want the drama it would cause and that. So I wanted it to be real, and I know you were 99% sure, and but even you wanted to be wrong, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I didn't especially want to be wrong because it looked pretty bad, but at the same time, I'm not hoping. I'm still not hoping that it's fake. At the same time, but
right,
I was extremely certain. And I can't say that necessarily. I have to be a little bit conservative with my judgment, even though there was just too much wrong with it, which is sad.
Oh, of course there was, and everybody in that room knew it too. That's what I think. That the likelihood was very slim, and that's why I've always felt that if I knew that box was fake, and if I was part of the scam.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have been in that room. That's for sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
No. Not if they're going to open the box and I'm part of the scam. I'm gonna. There's a
lot of wild theories about how it was all staged, and I don't know. I just try to tell people like, okay, just watch. There's going to be lawsuits. There's going to be follow up to it.
Yeah,
and the thing is, like, the Logan Paul video, it did play it off in an entertainment kind of like setup way. So I get how people can kind of like think that, but as somebody that spent way too much time looking at all of it, there's a lot of people that got absolutely demolished because of it, whether it be their credibility or contracts or whatever. So that's unfortunate.
And also, I could say for 100%. It wasn't staged.
No, definitely not.
100%. Okay, Raven. Happy 19,000. Boy, he must have thought we were going to be doing this a lot later.
Oh, damn.
No, I know. I hit the 9 next to the 0 all the
okay.
time, so I understand. Happy 10,000. Any advice on set collecting in this era of huge sets? Are there certain products you prefer opening over others and that you tend to open the most? Do you prioritize certain sets? Boy, that's a lot of questions. Sets before others. In general, how long does it take you to complete a set? Sorry if it's a lot of questions. I'm out here drowning.
So I've kind of answered a lot of this already with like the buy the stuff that's a generation or two old in terms of the chase cards. If you're going for absolute bang for your buck, don't even open packs. If you like opening packs, then just open enough that you're not hitting nothing but duplicates. Like even a booster box per set, if you really want to open, is a good way to do it. The bigger sets, maybe even 2 booster boxes. I think if you're going for full set completion and you're worried about condition, usually the reverses would be a good idea to pick up right now. As the sets come out, they're usually pretty inexpensive. But just buy them in terms of singles, whatever you have left over that you're missing, all the cheap cards, and then worry about the more expensive stuff later. Like the alternate arts now, even the Sleepy Tyranitar has dropped in price like crazy. So give it a little time. When it's not the new shiny thing, it's not going to be the new shiny price.
And also, I might add that if you need to ask so many questions about it, then it shows uncertainty. So take a little time. And really, watch videos, check it all out and until you feel confident in your decision. Because it's not cheap, putting this stuff together. Yeah. So, okay, Jeff says, what's your favorite shiny Pokemon?
Probably still Mawile. Just purple Mawile. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any. I think I like old Charizard because he's purple and people hate that. But I'm not really a Charizard fan, but I just think it's funny that he was like a Barney the dinosaur originally, and then they changed him to Black Charizard.
I don't like Charizards either.
Right.
That's something we'll put in our next video. We'll talk about. Don't like
Charizards. Pikachu and Charizard are overrated.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That's probably been on the E4 unpopular opinions.
Every third page, probably.
Yeah, I love your videos on that, by the way. Where you actually, go through those and dissect them, and it's really good content. I enjoy that.
Oh my god! Okay, Sakari made that thread, and it's still going. Like I think last I was on E4 today, and it was on front page again. Like, people just keep adding to it. It's crazy.
Okay, I made Dan Unbox.
Yes.
Time to ask real questions. When is Officer Jenny coming back? That's what I want to know.
There's a few people that asked this. I think Blitz asked it as well. A little bit later on. I think there was somebody else that asked it. Probably when I have more free time. I mean, when she has more free time to be on the channel. She wants more royalties now to make appearances. Apparently, she claims that she taught me everything she knows, and I can handle most situations on my own at this point. But
what I would love to see, Mike?
Yeah.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see, let's see, what's it called? Scumbag Pratt interview you in that cosplay outfit. In your Officer Jenny outfit.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to wear it to an event or something.
Yeah, hello.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay, Majestic Baby. Have you played Pokemon Unite? Would you consider streaming some gameplay? It'd be entertaining to see if you can keep your usual cool when playing such a tilting game.
I haven't played Pokemon Unite. I've seen it. I've played a lot of League of Legends, so I would probably be pretty good at it. But if I'm going to play one or the other, it's probably going to be League of Legends. just because I think it's just a more advanced version. Not to be an elitist MOBA player or anything, but I think that's just it. It's just not enough time. I try to still get my like actual Pokemon trading card games in like on a weekly basis, and it's even been a struggle for that. Streamed a little bit of we haven't finished it, but with my cousin Blasty, we were doing the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and then we played a little bit of the Legends Arceus game that just came out. So it's try to get games in whenever I can. Streaming is tough. I don't know how people do it. Live streaming, I feel like it's way more exhausting than even preparing and filming videos. But maybe that's just a personal thing. Some people,
right?
Or maybe I'm just not used to it.
Okay, Giannis Sakalaris, what made you decide to start doing this, and what keeps you so motivated and dedicated to keep doing it? This would be a very interesting question for me and others to hear. So, what made you decide to do this, and what motivates you to keep going?
So I guess it depends on this.
Which one?
What this is.
Yeah.
Originally I started YouTube. We were a small group of friends locally, and we were just opening booster boxes on release. We'd play a little bit, that sort of thing, hang out with friends, opening Pokemon cards. It was fun. Also, I kind of regret not starting sooner, because then I can go back and look at like, okay, remember when we opened this box and you get this and this, that kind of thing. So that's kind of the same reason why I try not to open anything off camera, just because I know if something wild happens, I want to be able to go back and see that. The other content, a lot of it I think is driven by the fact that there's a lot of people that either don't want to get involved or don't want to share information publicly necessarily. And I think there's a huge lack of that. And I think that's where maybe I fit in. I don't mind getting involved. I don't mind if someone's going to threaten me or, call me out on stuff. Doesn't bother me. I'd rather provide that information. If people want to watch it, they watch it. And hopefully help everybody out so that the information, whether it be scammers, people breaking into game stores, anything like that, I'll gladly cover it. And hopefully it makes everything a little bit better for everyone, whether they are able to identify their own cards. We catch some thieves that are in a game store. We catch some scammers that are stealing product. The stealing product stuff, in terms of the new product that's stolen out of the factory, the print facility, anything like that, that content is more, I guess, a warning for people to not get involved with it than anything else. Don't buy it. Don't grade it. Don't steal it from work.
Don't support.
Someone's going to get burned by it eventually, and hopefully everyone kind of learns from that.
Right.
But there's reasons for all of it. But I think the biggest reason that I cover the stuff that I do is because other people don't want to get involved. So I feel like I should.
Right. Well, that's I understand the part of it about it not, it's not going to hurt you, and you're not going to stop doing it because somebody's a crybaby or something. It's not going to bother you. And, it's the same thing with me. How are they going to hurt me?
Yeah.
So let it go. And also I noticed that our charity foundations, they actually go up the more controversy there is. So it's actually kind of cool. Plus I noticed my subscribers, my followers, they go up too faster than before. So there's something to say about controversy. But, anyway,
the people,
Maximilian Ohotin. My question, what is your favorite beer? I see you cracking different ones. His favorite is Stella.
His favorite Stella? I don't know. If I have to choose like a regular beer, it's probably Sapporo. If we're going with something generic, but usually I like to get a bunch of different stuff, like craft beer and stuff like that. If I have time, and if I want to go through and sift through, I think the best beer is the beer that you haven't tried yet, and then you end up liking. But there's no way to tell what that is exactly.
Cool. Is Canada pretty good with homegrown beer?
Yeah. So like, man, there was one point in time that like I think it was the same thing in the States. Like the microbreweries just were popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of that going on. There's definitely variety, and even in the stores they carry a lot of that different stuff, whether it be from here in the States or across the country, basically.
Okay, Miguel. With so many Pokemon content creators, what's the best way to spot the ones that are doing it for clout?
So
Now, first describe clout a little bit, because I hear it all the time.
yeah, so man, I don't know. Like, I think people confuse like clickbait and stuff like that with actual enjoyment of the hobby. A lot of these people, I don't personally want to like do the like super excited face with the card that's blurred out, excited thing, like open mouth thumbnail. I get why people do it if they want to make money, doing the thing they love, and by all means, if that gets them more clicks, then that's what they're going to do. Typically, everyone kind of follows suit, whether it works or not. I don't know. I'll never find out. But
I got to admit, you would look a little silly.
Yeah, and
in
also
one of your thumbnails, like that or something.
A lot of people are quick to jump on, even the big creators, whether it be like Unlisted Leaf or Leon or whoever. Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't know this was in this set." But you got to remember, there's probably 100 sets now.
Right.
And there's 900 Pokemon. No one remembers everything. They've opened a ton of every set. So I remember even getting back into hobby. There were so many set symbols and set names that even that was overwhelming to begin with. So remembering what cards are in each set is also quite the task.
Right. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. You want Pokemon to keep producing and releasing for newer upcoming generations and that, but for old timers, it really is confusing in that. So it's something you want to keep it going, but it is tough to deal with. I could never collect all the modern sets. I mean, especially as big as they are, it wasn't too bad, with 60 some odd Team Rocket and 60 some odd Fossil and that was easy, right? Now 180 or something. But then again, I collect Magic the Gathering, and I have since 1993. In fact, behind me here, I have down below, I have 6 huge boxes full of all the old Magic sets. And those were gigantic sets, and it was tough to put those together. And after almost 30 years, there's still some cards I need. So
yeah, it's pretty wild.
I think your average player, what are your future goals, collecting goals?
So future collecting goals, I guess I haven't brought it up too much recently, but I'd like to have one of every English card. And then on top of that, it would be nice to have like a versus set. And some of the Japanese exclusives, I think, primarily. But right now, there's so many English cards that I need, and these new sets that are coming out are not helping that exactly.
Right.
I think my total number of cards keeps going up, but the amount missing doesn't seem to go down as fast.
Right.
So
you don't keep the spreadsheet of all your cards, do you?
I have them all on Pocollector. So last I checked, I have somewhere between 16 and 17,000 cards acquired, and missing something like 9,000.
Talking about unique cards?
Yeah, so that would cover most of like variants and stuff as well. So like all your reverses and stuff. So I have a lot of cards.
And
a lot of them are not very valuable. All the way base set and like all 4 prints of base set.
Okay.
And then like I don't get too into the errors and stuff like that, but if it's something like a Red Cheeks or like No Symbol Jungle and stuff like that, then I will I guess grab those as well for the binder, put them at the back.
Okay, Maybucks. how do you feel being the FBI for the Pokemon hobby?
I don't know if I'm FBI level yet. I haven't been contacted by them. They haven't given me a badge or anything like that. But never know. We'll see.
I actually have a family member who's one of the top people in the FBI, and it takes a certain sort, to do that job. That's for sure. I'll tell you this: you deserve that kind of a label. That's because
I guess
what you do, not many people can do.
There's not too many FBI-esque people, I guess, that are.
Yeah, if you ever want a job, I feel like
I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, let me know if you want a job move down here to Vegas so we can mess around. And I'll get you a job there.
I feel like you're not allowed to publicly disclose where you're moving if you're going to be in the FBI.
Yeah,
so
right.
If I was going to be in the FBI, I wouldn't say it right now.
There you go. Okay. T.S. Grimy, what is your favorite set from Sword and Shield so far?
I would say probably a toss-up between Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. I really like the alternate arts. I think it's a good direction. The set size is too much. If they could just dial that down a little bit. I like big sets just because I like, when I go through the commons and uncommons, I don't want to see the same cards over and over again if I'm opening a lot of it. But when I need, when they don't fit in a 480 card binder, the set's too big. Dial it back, Pokemon. Bring it back down to 480, including variants.
Okay, that personal question from Logan Paul to you is coming up, so we'll just do a few more of these. Okay, Operator Neptune, will you be cracking open Prime going forward?
we might have to do a Prime video.
Yeah, describe what that means.
So this is the worst thing ever because he offered to send me some, he said, can you send me your address? And Gary asked me, can I have your address? Logan wants to send you Prime. And I took it as like, okay, he wants to send me something as like a thank you or whatnot. And I thought it was just disguised as Prime. It's what it
you mean not as a drink?
Oh, yeah, the Prime drink. The Logan drink.
But I mean not
I thought he wanted to send me something else, and I didn't want to reward for necessarily uncovering the fact that it was fake.
Got you.
So I was a little hesitant, and then even on the podcast he's like, oh yeah, I got him to cave, but at that point in time he still didn't have my address.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I was like, oh my god. So I talked to him again after that. And I just said, like, okay, you have to promise me only Prime. Don't send me anything else. I had discussed with him earlier. I said, if you want to help me or pay me back in any shape or form, help me find the scammers behind this. And that's all I need. That's what I want more than anything. I want to find out who's behind this. I want them to face consequences for what they did. Not just if people want a refund. I want to know who created the box. Everything else. So he did send me some Prime.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So
I got to tell you something. That was my idea.
The Prime?
Yes. And I know Logan, he watches almost everything I do, so he'll probably see this. Yeah, I even have the messages. That was actually my idea that, I said you probably wouldn't take anything else. I said, but send him a pallet of Prime or something. Yeah, that was my idea. So that's good.
Good. Yeah, I'll have to. I'll share it with the boys, and I have some relatives that were very excited that Logan was sending me drinks.
Oh,
so
cool!
I'll have to save a couple for them.
Great!
Make sure they can.
You got to do a video.
Do them. Yeah, well, I'll have to do some kind of taste test or something. There
you go. Be gentle.
Yeah. Oh, gross. maybe I'll put it in some of the crappy Pokemon openings. Spit it out in the toilet.
Right.
No, I haven't tried it yet, but I'll try it.
Yeah, when you do. Brad Hodder. Brad Hodder. What's your most prized card pack box you own? And is it graded? I can probably answer that one. Are you hyped for the future of Pokemon? And a bit of a two-parter. Congrats on 10,000. So the prospects of Pokemon, are you excited? And what is your most prized card pack box?
What is it? Prospects of Pokemon?
We answered that kind of before.
Yeah. My most prized one, I don't really have a most prized one, I don't think. It's cool to have the Charizard, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. we traded you a microscope, and then ended up with first edition base packs. Had you hold on to those so I could trade them for a first ed base Zard. That was a 7, a really, really clean 7, and a bunch of other cards. I got those, and then I thought it would be hilarious to carve a penis into the into the slab, and I put it. I don't know if it was. I think it was on Burbank Marketplace, and I was just like, "Yeah, my ex-girlfriend hates me. She left me, and she carved this before she left." And I put a price tag on it that like no one was actually gonna buy it. But it got some pretty good reactions. I didn't let on that I was actually just gonna crack it out for my binder anyway. But it was a pretty good meme. It's kind of sucks that that wasn't on video, but it is my very first Instagram post with the Dick Zard.
Right.
So.
Yeah, let Logan wear that around his neck.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't keep the case. I always keep the labels, but I didn't keep the case itself.
Yeah, we years ago, you and I did make a trade, where I got a beautiful microscope, and but I don't remember what I traded for it. So you say it was for a Charizard and some other stuff or something?
Yeah, no. So you traded me some sealed packs.
Oh,
some first ed base packs, and then I had traded those for the first ed base Charizard.
Oh, okay.
And some other stuff. Like it was like the set of jungle no set symbol jungle hollows.
Oh.
And then like just a bunch of other stuff that I needed for my sets. So
cool.
It worked out really well. I still have all the cards. They're in my binders now for forever.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, we did other stuff too, but that was a fun one, trading a microscope. Mm-hmm. I bet we're the only ones that have done that.
I know for sure that I got my tramp stamp Vulpix from you as well. It's got
okay.
It's got like the ink dot on its butt.
Oh, that one. Mm-hmm. Yes. When you get to be I'm 67. When you get to be my age, you forget things, that were in the last 10 years. You remember things from 40 years ago, but you don't remember things from 10 years ago. Yeah. So that's good. That's fun to hear over again. Okay, Nick's Games. Oh, no. Johnny Longcord. Obviously, your opinion about Leonhart's pop-up shop event and that dude that pulled a Charizard with your face on his hoodie. I think you and I talked about that before the video started. But
was it I think it was one of the questions before, but
it was.
Basic trainer. Awesome dude in the Discord. He's got his own emote now, forever immortalized in Rattle history.
Right, for sure.
Great meme.
So your opinion on the pop-up shop, I think you gave that already.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people had fun. I heard some people didn't have fun. I heard like food ran out at some point, but it's unfortunate that some people didn't enjoy themselves. But it's tough. It looked like it was a pretty big crowd, and hopefully if anything similar happens again, they can improve on whatever was wrong with it.
Yeah, no question that
Lee
meant well.
Mm-hmm.
He meant well. There were a lot of problems. There were a lot of mistakes. Mm-hmm. But hopefully get that straightened out in the future. And I can tell everybody right now he lost, and he was expecting to lost a lot of money on that whole thing.
Oh, no doubt.
So I don't care what they say about charging $77 or charging $300 or whatever. I mean, he very graciously lost a lot of money, and he was really doing it for the community. Too bad there were big problems, with the setup. He asked me to go many times. He wanted me to come down, and I just couldn't make it. But it would have been hard for me. I heard there was very little seating, and I need every so often to sit down. And especially I like to walk the lines when I go to conventions. Before they open, I always go out and walk up and down the long lines, just introducing myself and saying hi. If I was there, I would have done that, and maybe that would have been, helped a little bit. But yeah,
I think mostly I would have been more excited to meet people than anything else, and I think it would have been a good opportunity to do so. But unfortunately, could not make it other than in spirit on a hoodie.
That's right. That's right. Loved it. All of our eyes opened wide when we saw that. We went, "How sweet it is!" And I mean that may have been the highlight of the entire stream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Nick's Games. What made you come up with your name? How did you come up with Rattle?
So you have to blame my brother for that. I couldn't come up with my younger brother. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was some stuff that he made up. I needed a name for playing video games and such. So the Rattle goes out to him.
Oh,
so
okay.
Thank you for him. He takes full credit for it. Don't worry. But
is the R on your hat for Rattle or Rocket?
It's for Rocket, but maybe also for Rattle.
Okay.
I get a lot of comments about that. They're like, wait, the guy with the Team Rocket hat is trying to bust criminals? How does that work?
Right.
Undercover, right?
Yes.
Pretend to be a criminal.
Kevin Clear asks, are you and Logan friends? Maybe I can answer that because if anything, you guys are new friends, just based on this whole experience. And I know he thinks a lot of you, and he thinks a lot of the work that he's done. And so, I would say they're new friends, and I hope that that continues on, because I'm friends with both of you. And so let me just say that you weren't friends before. This has brought you a little bit closer together. Is that fair enough?
I think so. I would say that friends is a stretch, but maybe someday. We
right,
have chatted a little bit, but we haven't met, and I'm sure we could be had we spent some time. Maybe we'll hang out someday. Maybe there'll be some event that we'll meet each other in person.
He is a blast, I got to tell you. And again, you're friendly enough where when he heard I was interviewing you, I let him know I was interviewing you. He wanted to send you a question. And so I have a question just waiting, for the right moment here. And so everybody stay tuned. Okay, Mika Bethke. My question is, what is the story behind Mawile being your favorite Pokemon? Is it just purely aesthetic, or is there a deeper story than that? Well, like you explained to us, there's a much deeper story than that, and a very interesting story, and one I had never heard before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that answered that, huh?
That's pretty well the same one, yes. That's Micah. He's been hanging out very
Micah,
often
right.
in the. This isn't not the Pokemon criminal Micah. This is a kind individual Micah. He's been in the Discord, right. And pretty much the same reasons as we explained with the I guess the backstory, the fairy type cutie Pokemon that is both cute and it's got a Venus flytrap hair on the back of its head. Yeah, I don't know, just. It's weird too, though, because that's Gen 3, and I wasn't really even into Pokemon at the time, but getting back into it, that became my favorite Pokemon.
Okay, Hot Pockets. The question we all want to know: crappy Pokemon openings, pre-crap or post-crap? Well, I want to say, Mike, here, I have personal knowledge.
Do you personal knowledge that there's no crapping that's going on? I guess it's both.
Yeah,
it's both pre-crap and post-crap though, because I'm not actually crapping at the time. Yeah,
it's pre and post, but it is not currently going on.
Yeah,
okay.
That trip to the bathroom had nothing to do with with that.
No,
it was their openings only.
You were going to the bathroom for all of us. I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay, Salty Trainer. When is Officer Jenny coming back? It's been a while, and we need some eye candy every once in a while.
Someday.
We got to figure out something for
maybe.
Something for Officer Jenny. But she's a little elusive.
Yeah,
so,
she is.
Yeah. Okay, Angel
She's
H
been slacking.
323. My question is: are you ready for 100K?
No, but that would be really awesome. I guess technically the bigger the views and the sub count gets, the more time I can actually spend on it.
Yeah.
And I don't mind spending time. I'm having fun with it. I think it's a good time, whether it's the research stuff, whether it's opening stuff with friends, anything of the sort. If it's Pokemon, I think I've been doing enough of a variety of it that I'm not burning myself out on any of it. So
yeah,
the more the better. And I guess just the more effort and time I can put into it.
Yeah.
So 100K would be pretty awesome.
Speaking for all of us, we hope you keep it going, and we hope you are able to produce more and more, because it's really enjoyable. Plus, it has a variety that you don't see on most channels, and if you don't like one type, you don't have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see another type that's enjoyable. So keep it up. Okay, that Aussie prick reborn. Love the stab at Jacob right at the end. LOL. And question is, would you do a collection tour thing?
So I don't know if the collection tour, if he means like show off my collection itself. I've done it with, I think, all the binders all the way through Sun and Moon. I haven't done Sword and Shield at this point, and the old videos are sort of dated, but a lot of those older sets I haven't touched in recent times. I haven't acquired additional cards for the sets, so it'd be kind of boring to do those over again. So I don't know. Maybe it'd be hard to even show off the whole thing, because it all is in binders. Yeah. And to open each binder and flip through each one, it would be like a 10-hour video.
Right.
But
yeah, just last night I was going through my Magic binders and putting in a few cards I got, and that just takes a lot of time. Binders are time consuming to put on camera, that's for sure.
Yeah. And just binders in general are time consuming when you're trying to you're checking off the cards, you're sleeving the cards, you're getting the binder that you need, you're putting them in there. And then just the amount of product that we've been opening to go through all the cards and find the ones that you need and stuff like that. Like my desk is pretty bad right now.
Yeah,
I got some stacks of dupes and stuff like that. I can't wait to trade some people.
Yeah.
And
okay, Don't Tread on Me asks, if you could only have one graded card, which one would you want, and in what grade? Congrats on 10,000.
I do.
Of course,
only
what
have
grade?
one graded
Why
card.
would you say? Oh, there it is. There's that. Okay.
I got
Hold it up again.
I got that from my my Secret Santa on E4.
Oh, okay. An OC.
Yeah, it's an 8 OC, and I do have the card in my binder already, so I don't need to crack it open. So I won't. So I'm gonna keep that because it was a gift. But in terms of if I'm buying or trading for a graded card, typically I'm going to break it out and put it in my binder.
So is it safe for me to say that at this point in time, Rattle is a graded card collector?
Yes. don't make me crack it out.
Okay. When we do our next video together, we'll be discussing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me see where I am here. I kept my finger on there and. Oh, okay. From Bad Peer PRD. Why are pop reports important? If the Pokemon printed 2 billion cards and a card has a pop of 5,000, technically by math, it's still rare. If millions are really in this hobby, or a few thousand with a hoard of money? Kinda two-part question.
Yeah,
I didn't read that very well.
I don't spend a lot of time on pop reports. I mean, there's certain stuff like your Typhlosion 17. What's the Yanma is
Yanma
like an 8, is he 18? The Yanma is also hard to grade, so that can influence the price on those, because if people can't get the 10, they're probably going to buy the 9, and then like the high price kind of trickles down a little bit. So like your T17 and a near mint copy that I would be looking for, luckily I already have one before the price went haywire, and that was before the boom even. When people started to realize, like, hey, this card is really hard to grade. Other than that, you have to be a little bit careful at looking at grades that aren't 10s, especially 9s, because people will crack open a 9 and then they'll resubmit it and not necessarily
over and over and over again
send in the label with it to tell them, hey, remove this card. So your 9 is going to be inflated. I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about pop reports. Especially like some stuff is just going to be graded more because it's more popular or more valuable. So I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of information that you can gather from it, but a lot of it you have to take with a giant grain of salt.
Okay, Giga Quantum. Can you find out what happened with the Dumb Money booster box? Apparently, Collectibles Guru said the owner had 2 base set boxes in a gun safe for 20 years. And yet one was resealed with 2020 cards. Would be interested what came of that. I heard Guru got another box from someone else instead of getting that second one from the original owner.
Yeah, so I do have some information on that, and it'll probably end up being a video at some point.
Oh, cool.
I had a lot of my focus on the fake case that was kind of the active situation. So some of that stuff got put on the back burner. I'd also like to, in the near future, make a video on the fake booster boxes, the ones that are a little bit purple, the ones that Micah Birch was talking about that he purchased, and that some other people from Australia purchased. So I'll be making a video on that, seeing if maybe there's information that people have on the creators of those boxes, or if they purchased them, or if they've run into them, that sort of thing. So it'll be a pretty vague video and a little bit dated at this point in time, but you never know. With the more eyes on the videos, the more, chance of somebody having additional information that's going to help.
You might want to talk to me. You might want to talk to me when you do that.
Okay.
Because I did open a counterfeit case, first edition base. And although I don't want to say how long ago it was until you and I talk, but if you're going to find it interesting, I think everybody will.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that.
We'll have to talk about that, and I'll show you the case or the booster boxes in question. And if it looks like that, it could be very much the same perps.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, that case I don't have anymore. I had to send it back because of PayPal. They required me sending that back. I wish I could have kept it, but I'll just tell you it's many years ago when it happened. And I'll also tell you it's from Belgium, which is no surprise.
Yeah, that'd be the same
I'm talking about many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
David Hezgia. have you ever considered starting your own grading company? Yeah, right
No.
after he opens the massage parlor.
No, I think I'd rather have the massage parlor. Maybe you can do it. It'll be like walkthrough grading. You get a massage while your car gets slapped. By the time the massage is done, it's already been sonic welded, and you're on your way. It'll be no more expensive than the current
and for a little extra
fees.
fee, you can see your card being graded in the sauna bath. Yeah. Okay, Mom, I'm on TV. What is your favorite soda to have next to your unreleased Charizard?
I don't know. It's tough when I'm drink a soda. Yeah, I think. Well, I have to think back. I think it was root beer that he had. This is in reference to one of the stolen Charizards.
Oh, okay.
The one with Char Wizard.
Oh,
one of the original episodes there. I'm pretty sure it was a root beer that he had. So we'll go with root beer. But if I'm wrong, it's because I don't remember what soda he drank. that was like his timestamp. He decided he was gonna take a picture of the soda next to the stolen card and say, "I'm drink a soda."
Okay, Pokey Wolf. You've recently been taking on more and more investigative videos. My question is, who's in your sights? Do you plan on investigating top PokeTubers, vendors, more Pokemon-based companies?
I guess it depends a lot on what's going on at the time.
They present themselves, right?
They present themselves, but I mean, there's also, like I mentioned, with those fake boxes and stuff like that. That's information that happened before, but I feel like it's still important information now for everyone to have access to.
Uh-huh.
If you can know what those boxes look like, people can avoid them, people can report them, people can advise. Maybe the person that has them doesn't realize it. Typically, when people have fake stuff, they know it, and they'll just let on that they don't. But at the same time, making everyone aware of what the fake stuff looks like is going to be the best solution. So a lot of the old stuff still hasn't been revealed, and then there's always something new on the horizon. Who knows? I don't think anything's going to, at least in the near future, top a $3.5 million case. I try to keep telling that to people. That's not something that's going to happen all the time. There's still stuff to do with that, but so they're still in the sites. There's some old stuff in the sites that I want to cover, and then as stuff comes up, everything's not on the same scale. Something might be a small scam. Something might just be incompetence or anything like that. But it's still, I think, important that everyone has the information available. If they want to learn it, and I know what's going on or have an opinion that I think can help, I'm going to share that.
Thank you. HD Soup.
High definition soup.
By the way, we have one more page.
Okay, and then we're good.
So somewhere in there we'll get Logan's question in. Ballpark of your Pokemon collection worth. What's the value of your Pokemon collection?
I copied these over, and I have no idea. If I had to guess, and even then, like, I try not to even look at market prices right now, where they were going up and going down and all over the place. Maybe 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess, I would say that. But at the same time, my collection would probably be very hard to sell, just because it's such a variety. It's a lot of sets that are very full but not complete. So it'd be weird. It'd be awkward to find a buyer that actually wants to buy those all at once for like a lump sum, and to break them down would be a lot of work. But that's probably how you would get the most money for it, I would think. Maybe sell.
Yeah, and actually it'd be a real attractive collection to get, because they're all ungraded. And
that too.
I know you care somewhat about condition, and so that really adds the value. Ungraded cards in good condition should carry quite a premium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, HD Soup again says, do you have any first edition, shadowless, or base set Charizards?
I do. I have all three. We talked about the Dick Zard already.
Yep.
The Shadowless was actually, my wife had it as a child. Didn't realize it. We went to visit her family, and I saw a Pokemon binder. Like, it was just like a 3-ring binder on the shelf, and it had like some Pokemon stickers on the spine. I was like, is that what I think it is? Just like, yeah. And then I pulled through it, and I was like, what? How is that in there? And I came across others after that, but I think it's special that I have that particular copy. I think it's pretty awesome that, and that has a story. So if I can trade for cards, or if there's a story behind a card, it just means that much more to me. And in that case, that's like perfect story. And then it was funny because she was like, "Oh, I should have saved it for Christmas." I was like, "Yeah, you should have."
Oh, yeah, right.
But yeah, that's
okay. Silent Amnesia. Will you be commenting on eBay's authenticity guaranteed for trading cards? That's a new service that eBay is doing.
Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of the details have been revealed. I haven't read through like the long form information, but I did take a glance at it. I don't know how they're going to do that. It sounds like an absolute nightmare in terms of, I don't know how backed up CGC is at the moment, but I can't imagine the turnaround times are quick, and then that's going to add on all that additional volume that is automatically going to get sent to them, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work. I think it's going to be terrible, but I don't know. I think it's maybe a good idea initially, but probably not going to be easy to execute, and it's going to end up being a mess. And
they wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't a potentially a big money maker. Mm-hmm. Right now they're not charging, but that's only to get you hooked. I shouldn't say that, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical.
It's weird. It's a weird thing that they're adding. I don't get it, but
yeah. Okay, Matt Staw. Any follow-ups or fallout from the Pokeju and that whole Logan Paul fake case stuff? Any fallout?
So I don't know. I've talked to Michael since to Pokeju, and I don't know the whole story, but it seems a lot like Jacob was holding something over his head, and maybe he was acting the way that he was for that reason. Maybe he got in too deep with him. He found out at some point. It's hard to say, but I feel like he got pressured into a situation that he didn't want to be in. Maybe got tricked in a way, but we'll see how that unfolds, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him personally about it, mm-hmm. But I was on a couple podcasts or videos or something, where we were on together in that. And I mean, my experience with Pokeju has been nothing but positive. And I would be shocked if he was part of a scam and went into that room when they opened the case. I just don't, mm-hmm. I wouldn't get it. Okay, I'm going to move these a little bit quicker now because I still have about 10, and we got to get to Logan's question.
You're going to save it for the very end. You're going to keep teasing it.
Yeah. When is the Officer Jenny hot tub pack opening coming?
I don't know if that's going to happen. I would like to have a hot tub, but I don't have one. And I'm pretty sure that there was like a Twitch thing where hot tubs were the go-to. Now there's a whole section for it, so people do it less. But yeah, it might be too late for that.
Well, that kind of leads into the Logan question. So I'm gonna bring that up. 1 second.
It's hot tub related.
Yes. Okay. Logan's personal question to you for this video. He wants to know if you can introduce him to Officer Jenny.
Was that what he really asked? Did he watch the Officer Jenny videos?
Yes, he did.
Oh, no.
And, I mean, he was a little bit smitten, if anybody understands what that means anymore. But anyway, So if you can hook him up, let him know. Now, here's his other question. Why did you spend so much time and energy investigating the case when you didn't have to? I'm very thankful.
It's very kind words.
Very kind words.
I spent a lot of time on it. Basically, everything stemmed off of itself. It turned into a giant rabbit hole. After I made the first video and I found a few things wrong with it, I kept finding more things wrong with it. And when I talked to the people that were involved, in particular, Mealy Pops and Card Kahuna Jacob, it just got worse. Then I was talking to PSA Pikachu, and it got worse. There were more stories. Stories conflicted. And then just details on the case. Everything, started checking everything. Started compiling just images and images of old cases.
Yeah.
And nothing was matching. Nothing was matching to the point that it was just like, okay, this thing is fabricated from scratch to make it look like an old case. But yeah, I don't, it just, the more I got into it, the worse it got. And that just kind of fueled me to keep going and keep investigating the case itself. I'm not going to say that I did it in particular for anyone. I didn't do it for Logan. Sorry, Logan. I'm sure he appreciates it that he's not sitting on a fake box or a fake case right now, opening his regular boxes, and then all of a sudden cracks a case and it's fake. I can't imagine how that would feel. Even for someone with as much money as he has,
right,
that would absolutely suck, because you go from, like he said, all of a sudden you lose 6 boxes, and he only has 5. If you had the 5, and then you're down to what you think is 6 and it's 0, different story. But yeah, it was more for everyone, and I think that's more than anything. I really appreciate Shine's help and Logan's help with finding out who's behind this, because chances are they've been doing this to other people or will do it to other people in the future. And I think the best outcome from this entire thing is that the people that are, committing this fraud and taking advantage of others are held responsible.
Yeah. Well, just to repeat Logan's own words, he's very thankful to you, and I think we all should be. But let me move on. Stan Washer, are you putting away any sealed product for the future?
Okay, so sealed product is a weird thing. I don't collect sealed product. I have some, but it was more of a thing that I was doing over time as a fun little experiment, where I would open a box or 2 of each set as it comes out for fun. It's a blast to me, especially when you do it with other people, whether it's over Discord, in person, even better. But I would set like 1 booster box and 1 ETB from each set aside, and just kind of, as a fun little experiment, watch it grow in value. And from my experience, it shouldn't grow fast, and not as fast as it has been in recent times with some of these modern sets that came out. But if you buy something at a good price, especially if it's below MSRP, and you have the extra funds to do so, I think it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to go up in value slowly.
Yeah, I'm going to move along a little bit quicker, get these last 7 in.
All right. Speed round.
Because I only have about 10 minutes. Oh. Yeah, you know why. Okay, It Bleeds Pixels. Mm-hmm. If you could go back in time to your favorite store as a kid and pick up 3 things, what would you grab?
Oh, man. Can it be like entire booster boxes? 3 first edition base boxes.
Okay. 6 of them.
Or like a Sky Ridge, maybe, too, just for fun, because then I can open it.
Or 3 cases of first edition.
Or, yeah, cases even. Or pallets.
Okay. Okay, what are the most... Okay, on Pokemon Are Dangerous official. What are the most common fake booster boxes in the more modern era? Thank you for everything. Love the videos.
The closest one that I've seen to, like, being a passable is that like Vivid Box, and there's video on the channel where I take it from the wrap to the box to the cards to the packs themselves, and use the jeweler's loop to show you why it's not real.
Right.
So I think that's most common.
Cookies times 4. How goes the binder collection for all the Pokemon English sets? Well, you've mentioned that you're still
16
you're
or
still
17K.
trying to fill them, and they're coming out quicker than you can fill them. So
yeah, my number of missing is not moving very much.
Right,
but they are filling up.
Delta for Gaming. Who would you trust more? A random Diglett man from your Omega openings, or Steve from BBCE?
I'm gonna go with the Diglett.
Steve is the one who authenticated that case.
We'll go with the Diglett, just because I can edit out the Diglett.
Oh,
I can cover him with the Diglett.
Okay, this one is from Mike. Hi, Rattle. External to the Pokemon TCG, what do you think has the greatest impact on the secondary market? Up or downturn? YouTubers, games, movies, 90s kids' wallets, card art, other speculative markets. Appreciate the insight.
I think in recent times it's got to be the Pandemania, I would think. But just in general, I think any big event can move the market. And
okay, now this is going to be a hard one for you because I know how much you like your beer.
Oh no!
Top 5 beers.
Okay, so we're gonna go top 5 generic beers. We'll go maybe Sapporo.
Start with your number 5.
Oh no, backwards order. I don't know. We'll put like Budweiser at number 5 because it's not necessarily my favorite, and I hadn't even had it until like recently, other than years ago. So it was like a throwback thing. We'll go Heineken, maybe. We'll go Shock Top. Sapporo number 1. I don't know what number 2. We need one more in there.
Sakura number 1, number 2.
I don't know. We're just gonna go with 4.
Do they still have Michelob?
Or even we'll put Rolling Rock in there. It would be good.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that one. Yeah. Okay. The last question. Yay!
Yes. We made it through. We got everyone.
Okay. Docs X77 Gamer Xbox One. What do you think of the newer sets? And 20 years later, will their value go up like the old school cards?
Yes. Well, not necessarily at the same rate where those are going to be, 45 years old or, I guess not 45 years old, but if they're 40 plus years old versus 20 years old. But yeah, I think the thing that's saving Modern is the fact that stuff is so hard to pull, which makes it a nightmare to collect full sets right now. But at the same time, with the amount of product, the more product that there is right now than some of the other eras where Pokemon was a little bit more tame, or I wouldn't say dead, but it was certainly less popular. Less product was printed. Now with all the insane amount that's mass printed, I think the thing that's saving it is the fact that that items are very, very hard to pull, and the sets are so big. So.
Well, Rattle, this has really been terrific. This has actually been a lot of fun, and I'm gonna start keeping track of some questions for when you hit 100,000 or before.
No. We'll do 100,000 questions for 100,000 subs.
I do know people have really looked forward to hearing about this. I mean, I must have gotten on my Instagram 12, 15 questions they wanted me to ask you in that.
Oh, nice.
So I mean that's really, even though you didn't announce it on your thing, I told several people this was coming up, and so that's but it's been a real delight. I mean, thanks for letting me do this with you.
Thanks for coming on, and we'll make sure to we'll do a video. We'll do a little teaser right now. We'll do a video in the future on what we disagree on. Should be pretty pretty juicy.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Put
But
the
it
mitts
goes
on.
to show everybody that you can feel differently about things and still remain friends and still help each other and be productive and still care about each other. I mean, wouldn't it be a little bit boring if everybody agreed on every single thing? That would be horrible. So yeah, we're going to do a video, and the gloves are coming off. So.
Oh, it'll be hockey gloves now. Okay. All right.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's fine with me.
All right, guys.
I'm just 2 blocks away from the Vegas Knights practice facility, so
no. They'll teach you.
I might have to go there to do a little workout, little practice to get ready for our battle.
Is it gonna be on ice? I feel like I might have an advantage then. All right, Gary. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you everybody for watching this. And I'll tell you what, those were terrific questions. We were going to do 10, but we couldn't separate them. We couldn't separate them, so we ended up with 54. So I'm glad we got to all of them, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, guys. See you later. Join the Discord. Thanks, Gary. Peace out.